You can give an old computer a new lease on life by installing a Linux operating system. Linux is easiest to install on a Windows device, and while there are many Linux distributions to choose from, these distributions are among those easiest to install. We'll use Linux Mint as an example. If you don't plan to install Linux alongside the current operating system, but plan to erase the existing operating system, copy everything on the computer that you want to save to thumb drives. Check to see if your computer is a 32-bit or 64-bit machine at here. Many Linux distributions no longer have a 32-bit version. Download your chosen Linux distribution from the distribution's own website. Look for minimum hardware requirements here, and check to see if your machine meets them. When you're done, you'll need to check to make sure the file has downloaded without any errors by comparing the file provided by the website with the file you've downloaded using a checksum. A checksum is a sequence of letters and numbers that is derived from the data in the file and will be entirely different if there's any difference at all in the two files. Find the file you have downloaded in the downloads in your computer. Go to the search box in the lower left of your Windows screen, type CMD, click on Command Prompt. When the black box called a terminal appears, type this. You can get the file name by dragging and dropping the file to the terminal cursor from your downloads. Press Enter. You'll get a string of letters and numbers and the file name again. Compare the letters and numbers to the checksum for the file provided by the website. They should be exactly the same. The next step is to put the operating system file on a thumb drive. Balena Etcher is a free, easy-to-use app that works for Linux Mint and Ubuntu-related distributions. Be sure to download it from the Balena Etcher site. Malicious copies exist. It will check for you to make sure that the file has been copied without errors. Set up your computer with an Ethernet cable connected to a source of internet if possible, otherwise connect to a Wi-Fi network, and plug your computer into power. Before starting, find out if your Windows system uses Legacy or UEFI and Secure Boot by typing this in the search box and looking through the list. Your next step is to stop your computer from booting into its old operating system so you can load the new one. Search on the internet for Access Boot Menu and the brand of your computer. This will be a single key to press, for example F10 or F12. The information will also be available on the device logo screen when you turn on your computer, but this goes by so fast you may not see it. Insert your thumb drive with the new OS into your computer. Turn on the computer and immediately start repeatedly pressing the key to access the boot menu. If you miss it, you will just have to try again. You should get either a one-time boot menu or a BIOS menu where you can select a boot sequence. Your boot device should be on the list. Follow the instructions to select and save your device as the first boot medium. If you run into a problem, look through all the settings to disable Secure Boot. Then look for Enabling Booting in Legacy mode. After saving all your settings and exiting, the device may immediately boot from the USB drive, or you may have to restart it to boot from the USB drive. It will have instructions and a number of choices you will have to make. Be sure to read them carefully. Taking default options is okay if you're a beginner. When you're done, the instructions will tell you to reboot. Wait a few seconds for the instruction that says to remove the boot medium. Don't reboot with the thumb drive still in. You'll just start the process all over. After your new OS is installed, open the web browser, which is Firefox, an orange icon on the bottom bar, and follow the first steps. Keep your computer plugged into power and connected to the internet by a cable if you can. Be sure to activate the firewall. Next, install updates. This will take some time. Linux doesn't install updates automatically unless you tell it to. Go to the Linux menu in the lower left corner and select these. And then, in the Update Manager, do this. Wow, you've done quite a bit of work, but it's not so bad when you think of how much money you've saved by not buying a new computer.